Fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 3 wins and 3 defeats, representing ITC Blackpool, it's Mike Fisher! And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats, representing Sinclair
Well, we dropped 50 kilos here, moved from the heavyweights to the amateur lightweights. Fighting out of the red corner, representing Sinclair MMA, is Naveed Yakub, as he faces Mike the Secret Fisher, fighting out of ITC Blackpool. In the blue corner, the black and yellow trim trunks.
Naveed returning to action, hasn't fought since 2016, I believe that's the case. Has fought on UKFC before, but Mike the Secret Fisher reminds me of a fighter called Alexander Volkanovski. He's only 5'8", but actually used to fight at light heavyweight. Spent 10 years playing rugby and now has moved to the lightweight division.
There's some drop and big double leg there for Yakub into side control.
Looking to control, crucifix the arm.
Great control there, stepping over, controlling that, working the body at the same time. Good points of contact.
Yeah, Fisher wants to be careful with his right arm underneath the legs. He's trying to fish it through as well. So he's, if Yakub can just drop his weight on it, he's managed to get up to his knees. He's going to get his back. Got his back.
That was a slick back take now.
He's got to be careful. Could get shuck off here.
The angle's not good. Fisher could grab the head and pull his head down. That'll help shake him off. But he's already falling off the side. He can use his left hand to try and grab Yakub's head.
That was clever. Pushing off the cage.
Showtime takedown.
Yeah.
Yeah, helped him get the angle. Now he's got a good clean back control again.
Both hooks in.
Just controlling that position. That back take though was so slick. As soon as he saw the opening, switched.
Yeah, he's threading the left arm underneath.
Oh, nice! That's in. It's in.
Oh, Fisher
Good hand
peels
fight.
off the arm. The left arm still deep under the chin though.
Yeah.
No quitting Fisher. He was fighting those hands instantly, but that was deep under the neck. And look at this again.
He tried to switch to the right arm underneath, but Fisher just dug his chin in there, got his chin nice and tight.
We sometimes talk about cage rush, but Naveed Yakub showing none of that as he steps back in the cage here at UKFC.
No, being real patient with his control as well, not rushing, making sure that he keeps the position.
I think he's digging under with his right arm again, the fist in the opposite way towards, but
palm to palm this time.
yeah, and really good control from Yakub. This is a phenomenal first round for him.
Looking to stretch him out maybe.
Yeah, he wants to get his hips a little bit lower. Fisher trying to tripod up and drop him off the top. Yakub does a good job in readjusting, and he's got the arm trapped as well with the right leg.
But this time Fisher scrambles, but still Yakub ends up in mount. Phenomenal.
Yeah, certainly no quitting Fisher. He doesn't care if he's in a bad spot. He's going to try and work his way out.
Absolutely.
What a pace they're setting in this first round as well.
Yakub trying to stuff and get his right arm underneath, potentially to trap it. Can't do that when Fisher's back's flat to the mat now, but 10 seconds left in a fast-paced and a pretty intense first round.
And they're talking to each other. Smile on Mike Fisher's face there. But let's give him praise. That rear naked choke was deep under the chin, and the squeeze, you can see the power in that Naveed Yakub. But Mike Fisher did the right things, fought the hands, got the space, and he was scrambling. You got to credit Yakub's control in the transitions and off the back as well, but Mike Fisher is still in this.
We talked about 10-8 rounds earlier, but I got to say, if that's again not another example of it. Took him down in the first 30 seconds and then looked for submissions, controlled position, looked for submissions.
Yeah, it's a strong round, certainly a strong round. And having his back controlled for the vast majority of it, you could make a case for that. The only thing that really made Yakub come unstuck is, with the amateurs fighting in the gloves that size, it's a little bit harder to slide that hand behind the head to tighten up that choke, and if anything, that just gives Fisher extra bit of purchase to pull his choking arm off. Be interesting to see what adjustments he can make. He wants to try and stay on his feet here.
And he defended the choke really well, went straight for the top hand, peeled that off first, didn't panic in that bad position.
I've got to say as well, attitude-wise, I know you corner a lot of fighters, Jay. Seeing Mike Fisher get up with a smile on his face, not disheartened, and even in the corner when they were giving him advice, they're obviously telling him, giving him advice or maybe to avoid that takedown. But that's good to see from the fighter, isn't it? Not to be too disheartened after taking a difficult round like that.
Yeah, exactly, and he's enjoying himself. He came out for the second with a smile on his face as well, so fair play to him.
Is Naveed in any trouble? The takedown he tried to shoot just a second ago was from way out and failed. You know, can he risk telegraphing that?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't run into any. He managed to drive him to the fence and get a good control position, so he's ended up still in a relatively strong position. But it did help Fisher to stuff it, which obviously wasn't able to do the first time when it was set up from a little bit closer.
Fisher talking to his corner as well. But like you said, that was a long way out his shot, Naveed Yakub, and sometimes that's a little sign of tiredness as well. The entry wasn't as clean as it was in the first, and you could see how easy he got him down in the first round, whereas he's now struggling, and Mike Fisher doing well to stay on his feet.
Yeah, he's got a good whizzer there, controlling the underhooking arm. You know, he's keeping his base well. He's allowing Yakub to dip his head, which is, not the best place, but as long as he can drive Yakub's head back up and get back up, further up the fence, then he looks in a relatively stable position. Uses the whizzer to stop Yakub dropping to his legs and attacking for doubles and singles. And he's doing a good job stuffing this takedown so far.
Yakub staying just busy enough, peppering a few knees into the thigh in the midsection.
Nice switch there from Fisher. That was perfect timing. Big hooks, but Yakub, this could be...
Trying to fight that guillotine through. He's got the mount, but it's not a good place to have mount. Legs.
Got to watch the back of the head there, referee.
He wants to try and pull Yakub's legs back off the fence a little bit because he can't land good shots when he's sat up on the fence there. If you can get him flat. And there he goes, perfect position. Now we can let the shots go.
And Yakub reacting to that.
And he's in like a modified leg drag position, which he might be able to work out of that now, but stuffed underneath.
Oh, and now inside control. Oh, little shots coming in the side, but carrying a lot of power, Mike Fisher. Stepping over easily into mount. Oh no, just caught his legs there.
Just caught inside. It's a really open.
Yeah, he trapped his quarter guard, but there's not much holding it, and there he passes straight through. Fisher relentless with those shots, and he might have the choke.
Wow, he's giving him a taste of his own medicine.
10 seconds left.
He's got to really try and throw this choke on or punch away, because he's not going to have time to work it in.
We can see exactly as you were talking about with the gloves impeding Yakub in the first round. Same again with Mike Fisher as he was trying to feed those 8-ounce gloves in. He couldn't quite make the space to lock his fingers. But what a turnaround, and that all came off the back of the cage pressure from Yakub and the timing of Fisher to turn it round, take him down and then start punishing him. What a fight.
Yeah, and you feel like if you're looking in Yakub's corner, things are a little bit more frantic, it looks a little bit more tired. Fisher's got stronger as the round's gone on, and he looks the fresher man in his corner. He's got momentum, he looks fresher. It could be his chance to come out for the third and try and finish this, unless Yakub has got a second win to bring for the final 3 minutes. But all to play for on the scorecards, most likely. But yeah, I mean, the way that momentum has shifted, crazy.
It's amazing. One move turned the tides of that. Up against the cage, Yakub was fighting hard for the takedown, but just making that little bit of space, angling off Mike Fisher, then was suddenly in such a dominant position and almost sealed up the rear naked choke.
Let's see if the cardio of Yakub holds up.
You can see in the corner there, Maga and Majdi Garibov, Naveed Yakub really trying to ignite the fire under their fight. Good to see that. I thought there was too much water on Yakub. But this will buy them both an extra 10 seconds to get some more oxygen in those lungs.
Yeah, that's probably favouring Yakub more than it is Fisher. Well, let's see. 3 minutes left to go.
Let's see if Yakub goes for a takedown early.
I think it's straight away. He was glancing low.
But watch for Fisher's overhand right.
Certainly a more tentative start for Yakub.
Oh,
good right hand left up. Yakub taking in with that low kick. He just sort of punts it like a soccer kick. Went in for a weak takedown and Fisher on top. Easily stuffed it. Top half guard. And when Fisher's on top, there's no respite.
Oh, he's grabbed the fence a couple of times. The ref saw that one.
Yakub done well to reverse that position, get back up to his feet. And this is where they spent a lot of the second round until Fisher switched it up. Good knees from Yakub, just accumulating a little bit of damage at a time. And the good thing about that knee is sometimes if it gets him to step his legs together like that, then you can sweep him backwards. When the legs are spread, it's hard to break the guy's base, but if you can make him move from the knee, there you go.
Fisher getting that underhook now. Can he turn off against the cage again? Oh,
Yeah.
that's powerful.
He's done it, and Yakub loses his base straight away.
That's fatigue as well as technique from
And into mount.
Out to the back.
Oh, he's
going to throw him off. Good work from Yakub. Powers out of the back.
Wow.
And now he's got kind of the Randy Couture positions.
And that gave Yakub a second win, turning it over, some big shots coming down. Now Fisher off his back, what's he got? Because he was in a good position there, but Yakub reacted well.
Yeah, managed to regain his guard here. Fisher really needs to work hard to either get back up or sweep. He doesn't want to accept being stuck underneath for the remainder of this round because it could lose him the fight. Instead of trying to punch from there, he's calling his man on. He needs to be trying to work himself, work his way up. He's not even trying to post or stuff the head and work. He's happy to just try and chip away with the punches.
Clock is ticking down as well. He hasn't got much time to get back to his feet.
I don't know many judges that are going to score the fact you're landing 3 or 4 shots off your back when your opponent's just lying there.
Well, even Yakub's got to do something, and that's the first attack he's made since the close guard of Fisher.
Very animated over in the red corner now.
Yeah, Yakub needs a big flurry here as well. He wants to finish with a good salvo. There he goes, chipping away with the right hand.
Yeah,
just thought, I mean, you're scoring more from the top with less shots because you've got the leverage, you know, the gravity on your side, but he needs to be busy here. He needs to leave a mark with the judges.
10 seconds.
Now he postures
Gone
up.
now.
Oh, but eats a couple of...
Wow. Phone booth fighting on the floor there.
Phenomenal. Very entertaining.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for another fight that's gone the distance. So after 3 rounds, we head to the judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision for your winner in the red corner, Naveed Yakub. And your appreciation